What if I told you that a compact air pistol could hit like a full-size rifle, dropping a wild boar clean at over 100 yards? Yeah, you heard that right. Welcome to the wild world of pre-charged pneumatic pistols, where compressed air turns pocket-sized powerhouses into serious hunting tools. These are not your grandpa's BB guns. They are engineered beasts that deliver consistent shots without the hassle of carbon dioxide fade or spring cocking. Stick around as we break down the top contenders, ranked by real-world foot-pounds of energy tests and expert vibes. We will cover why foot-pounds of energy trumps feet per second, how caliber cranks up the knockdown, and a lineup of monsters that will make you rethink air guns forever. If you are into self-defense gear or just love that tactical edge, this is your jam. Hit that like button and subscribe to Survival Gear Armory for more deep dives on weapons that pack a punch. Pre-charged pneumatic tech breakdown, the edge over old school systems. Picture this. You are out in the field, temperatures dropping, and your carbon dioxide pistol starts sputtering like a bad engine. Not with pre-charged pneumatic. That is pre-charged pneumatic for the uninitiated. These bad boys store air at up to 4,500 pounds per square inch in a built-in tank, filled via scuba tank, compressor, or even a hand pump. That is 5 times the pressure of carbon dioxide, giving you rock-solid velocity, minimal recoil, and accuracy that rivals rifles. No more cocking after every shot like those Springers, just pure, repeatable performance. It is like upgrading from a slingshot to a sniper, perfect for hunters who need reliability when it counts. And hey, if you are prepping for off-grid scenarios, these air-powered wonders mean no reliance on gunpowder, just good old compressed air. We have seen folks take down medium game at distances that would make powder burners jealous, all while staying quiet enough to not spook the herd. Foot-pounds of energy over feet per second, the real measure of might. Manufacturers love flaunting 200 feet per second like it is the holy grail, but let us cut the hype. Speed alone will not drop game. Enter foot-pounds of energy, the true boss metric. FPE x velocities pellet weight in grains. 450 to 140. Crunch the numbers. A lightweight 7-grain pellet at 200 feet per second? That is about 22.3 foot-pounds of energy, barely enough for squirrels. But crank up to a 25-grain pellet at 800 feet per second, and boom, 35.5 foot-pounds of energy. Now you are talking real impact for ethical hunts. Heavier slugs transfer energy better, penetrating deep without overexpanding. If you are eyeing self-defense or varmint control, focus on foot-pounds of energy to ensure that first shot counts. I have dug into user reports where high foot-pounds of energy setups turned close calls into clean takedowns, proving why this stat is king over raw speed. It is not about how fast it flies. It is about how hard it hits when it lands. Caliber's role in rampant power. Size does matter here, folks. Bigger calibers like 30 or 50 let you sling heavier projectiles, ramping up foot-pounds of energy for massive energy dump on target. Quick guide: 10 to 20 foot-pounds of energy for plinking or small pests. Think backyard fun without overkill. Jump to 20-40 foot-pounds of energy for medium game like rabbits or foxes, where you need that extra oomph for humane drops. And for big boys, wild boar or coyotes, 40-plus foot-pounds of energy is your ticket, turning a pistol into a hog hammer. But remember, larger bores guzzle air faster, so balance power with shot count. In real-world applications, we have seen 457 setups excel in close-quarters defense simulations, where that heavy slug's momentum shines. Pair it right, and you are not just shooting. You are dominating the scenario with calculated force. Now, let us get to the hardware. I have rearranged the lineup for a smoother flow, starting with the budget-friendly entry point that hooks beginners, then ramping up to balanced all-rounders, tunable precision machines, semi-auto compacts, and finally, the raw power brutes. This way, you can see the progression from everyday plinkers to field-dominating monsters. Hatsan Velox, budget semi-auto gem. If you are dipping your toes into pre-charged pneumatic without breaking the bank, meet the Hatsan Velox, a Turkish-built workhorse in 22 or 25 caliber, clocking 12-15 foot-pounds of energy. $300. It is a sill for semi-auto action with 19 to 20 shots per fill, consistent velocity, and a crisp trigger that will surprise you. Side lever operation, German rifled barrel, threaded muzzle for suppressors, fiber optic sights, red front, green rear, and dual rails for optics. It has got the basics nailed for plinking, small pest control, or target drills. Grip even stores extra magazines for quick field reloads. Sure, some folks gripe about minor leaks or quality control hiccups, but for the price, it is forgiving. Imagine popping cans in your backyard without alerting the neighbors. Quiet, fun, and reliable. It is not hog hunting material, but for honing skills or light duty, this one is a gateway drug to bigger airgun adventures. Users rave about its smooth cycle, making it ideal for teaching new shooters the ropes without overwhelming them. AirForce TalonP, versatile workhorse. Stepping up, the AirForce TalonP blurs the pistol carbine line with 25 to 55 foot-pounds of energy in .25 caliber out of the box. Push it to 80-plus foot-pounds of energy with barrel swaps and tuning. Single-shot bolt with a tunable ring lock valve lets you dial power precisely, hitting half-inch groups at 50 yards and 1 1/4 inch at 100 yards. Modular as heck. Swap barrels, add suppressors, tanks, stocks, or optics to morph it into a mini rifle. Unregulated, so mind the power curve. 5-7 optimal shots per fill, but learn your sweet spot and it is golden. Loud without a moderator, but silenced? Backyard bliss. This is the working man's high-end, rugged, reliable, and punchy for mid-range hunts or varmint patrols. Think Coyote Control at dawn. That 36-grain hollow point delivers rifle-like authority in a compact package. No frills, just results, making it a favorite for tinkerers who want customization without the premium tag. Evanix Viper and Viper X, semi-auto pocket rockets. South Korea said, "Hold my kimchi," and dropped these compact semi-autos on the world. The original Evanix Viper in .30 caliber pushes 44 grain pellets past 36 foot-pounds of energy, like it is no big deal. The newer Viper X dials it back a hair for efficiency. 21 foot-pounds of energy up to 20 shots per fill, but still lets you twist the hammer spring and choose between send it or sippable. Guys are stacking 10 shots inside a 6-inch circle at 30 yards with nothing but iron sights. That is stupid good for a semi-auto airgun that disappears in a backpack. Checkered hardwood grips, Picatinny rails top and bottom, threaded muzzle ready for a moderator, everything a tactical squirrel needs. Downsides, they can get leaky below 150 bar and the action likes a drop of lubricant now and then. Treat her right, and she will reward you. Neglect her, and she will spit pellets like a drunk machine gunner. If you want fast follow-ups on medium game without the full rifle footprint, the Vipers are the slickest semi-auto compromise on the planet right now. Huben GK1, the airgun that thinks it's a race car. Buckle up because the Huben GK1 is straight-up witchcraft in pistol form. This regulated, power-adjustable semi-auto monster runs from a polite 5 foot-pounds of energy all the way to 45 foot-pounds of energy bone stock. And tinkerers are squeezing 50-plus foot-pounds of energy at 100 yards with heavy slugs. Yeah, you read that right. 2-minute of angle at 100 yards from something you can holster. Single-hole groups at 25 yards are not luck. They are expected once you dial it in. Internal rotary magazine, 19 shots in 22, 17 in 25, hidden power screw in the grip, optional regulator, and a shoulder stock that turns it into a legitimate carbine. It is basically a transformer with a trigger. The price tag? North of $1,500 and worth every penny if you speak fluent airgun nerd. Catch is it arrives thirsty for attention. Some barrels need lapping. Magazines can be finicky below optimal pressure. And if you leave the power screw too loose, you will dump the whole tank in one glorious oops. This is not a grab-and-go blaster. It is a relationship. Tune it like a pro mod drag car and it will outshoot 90% of powder-burning carbines. Leave it stock and cry when it hiccups. If precision long-range pest control or turning heads at the bench is your game, the GK1 sits alone on the throne. Bintac M50, the handheld cannon that hates your ears and your air supply. Meet the Bintac M50, the pistol that looked at big bore rifles and said, cute. Available in .457, .495, .50, and even 5 to 10. This bolt-action beast is built for one thing, making large animals reconsider their life choices. Factory claims scream 200 foot-pounds of energy with 235 grain slugs, but real-world chronographs settle around 135 foot-pounds of energy on the first shot out of a 5-inch barrel. That is still enough to punch straight through a hog's shoulder at 50 yards and keep trucking. 6 shots per fill. 6. After that, velocity falls off a cliff faster than a coyote with a firecracker up its tail. The 200 cubic centimeter bottle at 4,500 pounds per square inch gets absolutely inhaled on the first trigger pull. Hammer bounce is real. Loud. Brother, it is 2 6-shot magazines, dovetail rail for optics, rugged as a tank. But early batches had quality control gremlins, leaks, loose muzzle brakes, screws that strip if you look at them funny. This is not a pistol you take plinking. It is the thing you break out when the feral hogs invade the backyard and you want to send a message in 500 grain pieces. Perfect for ambush hunting, blowing water jugs to kingdom come, or flexing at the range while everyone else clutches their ears. If raw, stupid, glorious power is your love language, the M50 speaks it fluently. Bottom line, no sugarcoating. Want to drop a boar in its tracks at spitting distance and do not care about shot count or hearing protection? Bintac M50. Want the most advanced, tunable, long-range air pistol known to man, and you are willing to treat it like a high-maintenance girlfriend? Huben GK1. Want rifle performance you can actually conceal and customize forever? AirForce TalonP. Need fast, semi-auto follow-ups in a packable package? Evanix Viper series. Just getting started or want affordable fun without the drama? Hatsan Velox. Whatever you pick, remember, foot-pounds of energy is king. Match the tool to the job. Invest in a decent compressor or tank. Slap a moderator on anything over 30 foot-pounds of energy unless you enjoy angry neighbors. And always, always check your local air gun laws. These are not toys. They are legitimate hunting and defense tools that just happen to run on air instead of boom boom juice. So tell me in the comments, which one of these beasts are you throwing in the truck first? The tunable precision demon, the big bore freight train, or something else entirely? Drop your pick below, smash that like button if your ears are still ringing from this one, and subscribe to Survival Gear Armory so you never miss the next deep dive into gear that hits harder than your ex's lawyer. Stay armed, stay safe, and keep shooting straight.